How's it going, guys? This is Shrek from No Nut Clarity, coming back with another video today. This time I'm talking about a topic called people pleasers and setting boundaries. So to start off, I'm going to talk about what a people pleaser is, and that's somebody who just likes making everybody happy. Somebody who's that person that goes out of their way to help others, care for people, whether it be friends, family, complete strangers, somebody who just wants to see people just be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, wanting to help people, that's a positive thing. You think, like, just being there for others, there's nothing wrong with that. Seeing your friends and family thrive and doing what you can to help them, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that inherently. But the problem comes when the person who wants to help everybody can't help themselves and wears themselves thin because they have no boundaries set, nothing set up for themselves. So essentially, what happens is they try to take care of everybody when they can't take care of themselves. And most of us know that person, whether it be yourself, a friend, or family member who goes out of their way to do everything, but yet they're struggling on their own time. And the sad part is that person usually, I'm not saying that it's everybody as a people pleaser, because some people pleasers can set boundaries, be able to say no, and have their life be fine while also helping other people. Those people, they just got like that. Some people are just built different, which is awesome. But for a lot of people who consider themselves as people pleasers, they end up really wearing themselves ragged, knowing they have things to take care of in their life, but sacrificing that for the sake of other people. And as a result, end up becoming a lot of times resentful because more 9 times out of 10, they're going to help many other people but themselves. And so they'll end up thinking, well, nobody's really helping me out, so why am I doing all this work helping people out and then struggling, but still feeling obligated to help others because people pleasers don't want to make other people sad or feel inconvenienced, which ends up becoming a long spiral downwards of just like helping others, not helping yourself, and feeling like shit because of it. What's even worse is people pleasers who have that mentality end up making it really hard for themselves to actually set boundaries or say no to people who want their attention, their time, want help. Because essentially, in saying no or setting a boundary to where you need to do something to make yourself unavailable to somebody or a certain group of people, it means you have to inconvenience them or cut them off access from you. So essentially, most of the time when you set that boundary or say no, you end up feeling guilty for that because somebody may need your help in that time, and you're feeling selfish because I'm taking that time for myself to deal with my own things. And the thing is, what we logically know is that it's not a bad thing to do things for yourself, but it's that mentality and guilt factor that comes into play that ends up making people pleasers, such as myself. I'm a people pleaser, and I've been like that for quite a while. I still am, but I've started taking steps to actually work on setting more boundaries and working on myself first, making sure I'm fine before going out and helping other people. Because again, like I said, you can't take care of nobody, you can't take care of yourself. Now, again, it's okay to be somebody who is a people pleaser, but as far as being that, you have to set and follow some principles for yourself in order to still be successful in your own life. And I would say the first one is to find out what you need to prioritize for yourself first before helping other people. Because again, I'm going to reiterate this a lot. You have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. You can't give money to somebody else if you're freaking broke. Like, what kind of sense does that make? You can't give time to somebody if you have no time to give. Like, it's logical, it's common sense, but oftentimes when we deny somebody that, or we can't help somebody, we end up feeling like shit for not being able to do that. So, a second principle I would advise to follow is something involving the people that you keep around you in your life. Sure, we can help anybody we want to, make anybody we're around happy, but for people who that we repeatedly see It's like, are they actually our friend? Do they actually want us to be in our life just to use us? Or do they actually like to receive help but also give back in a way? And I get it, it may sound selfish, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong. It's like if you support somebody and help them out in their time of need, then what do they do in your time of need? You still deserve to have somebody come help you out. And if you're just being worn ragged by somebody who constantly needs your help, or you're being put in a situation where you constantly have to be at somebody's beck and call and nobody's able to assist you, and you have things you need to get done but you can't get done, then, like, what are you doing? Why are you allowing somebody to just take up all of your resources and time when you still need enough for yourself? So I would definitely evaluate the people that are in your life and the people that you're helping, and see if they're like pressuring you. Look at patterns, see if they're like, if you say no or set a boundary, are they going to complain? Are they going to whine? Are they going to be like, oh, you're not who I thought you were, or you're terrible because you can't help me, or oh, you're broke, I'm gonna get somebody else to help me? And it's like, bro, if you get those kind of responses, those are the type of people that you don't want in your life, because they'll make you feel like shit. And then you'll feel like shit because you'll feel guilty. It's like, man, I can't help them. But in reality, those are people who should understand that, again, you're one person. You can't help everybody all the time. And those are the type of people that you're keeping around, then it's no surprise that your mindset's probably shitty. And you're probably feeling resentful for having to help those people and feeling obligated to help people like that. But if you have genuinely good people in your life, good friends, good family that you keep around, that you still like to please and make happy, but also are aware of your own struggles and understand when you can't help them, then that will form a healthy relationship with them and yourself. And shoot, they will even help give back to you and enable you to be able to help yourself, which in turn will enable you to help others, because you're able to take care of yourself, then you take care of other people, they take care of you, and it's a good cycle to have. And lastly, I want to say, especially this is the biggest one for me, is don't devalue yourself for someone else's comfort. I heard that quote somewhere. I wish I could remember where the post was. But if somebody's making you feel like shit, or you're getting treated terribly for not helping somebody out, then they don't need to be in your life. Don't, because you're, again, as a people pleaser, as somebody who just wants to help, you're not the bad guy. You are an amazing person. I want you to know that. The fact that you even want to just help people, whether it be your friends, family, or in general, is a good trait to have. Because a lot of people will just see somebody who needs help and not even consider helping them. And I get it. Can't help everybody, but it's still a good thing to want to do for other people. So you're not a bad person. And if somebody makes you feel like a bad person, or you start beating yourself up for not being able to help somebody, then just stop. Like, I'm going to tell you, and hopefully your supportive friends will also tell you, that you're an amazing person. Just because you can't help them all the time and wear yourself ragged for them all the time does not mean that you are a bad person and that you need to feel guilty. And for those people, it's okay if you set boundaries. It's okay if you say no. And the more you say no to people like that, the people that you keep in your life that will comfort you and tell you it's okay, the more comfortable you'll be with putting your foot down and setting a boundary and saying no to somebody who's a bit more on the rude side, because you know that you have to get yourself right first before you can help somebody else. And unfortunately, people who aren't able to do that or figure it out a little late end up becoming jaded and just don't help anybody at all. And it's terrible to see. Like, I'm much less of a people pleaser than I used to be, because people have just used me, ran me ragged, or have just kind of just worn me out. And I've ended up trying to help people and didn't help myself. But with that being said, though, the people that do value me and do offer to help me out when my times of need, I keep in my life because they help validate me that I'm not a terrible person just because I'm busy or I need help or I'm not able to help them out. And that's the kind of company you should keep. And that will help you really think about yourself in a much better light and not allow people to just walk all over you and allow you to be more comfortable setting those boundaries. Because again, you need to be able to say no and know when you need to have time for yourself and know when you need to set boundaries like, hey, I'm not going to be available on these certain days. Like, you just cannot have me. Because again, being a people pleaser is not bad, but you have to allocate time and care for yourself. At the end of the day, people pleasers are definitely noble souls that deserve to be at least recognized that while they may be super helpful, they are only, individuals that need to take care of themselves and have lives. And for those people that are people pleasers, whether it's you, a friend, or a loved one, by all means, let them know or recognize that they deserve to be kind to themselves and to have kindness brought to them for the kindness that they bring to other people. Because not a lot of people, unfortunately, are like that, but for the ones that are, that will wear themselves ragged and don't know how to set boundaries or say no, it's really hard and it gets people resentful, and it definitely is a situation where we don't want to be in. Whether it be you, a friend, or a loved one who's a people pleaser, just know that you and them are amazing people. And I definitely advise, if you're a people pleaser that has troubles setting up boundaries with other people and setting boundaries for yourself to take care of yourself, by all means, start getting comfortable with that. Because you still matter. Your life, your goals, your hobbies, you still matter. You still have a life outside of that. And don't forget that. Just because you want to help other people doesn't mean you can't help yourself. And the real ones you keep in your life will remind you of that and value that. And I sincerely hope you gotten the message, or at least gotten something out of this little TED Talk rant that I've had. But other than that, it has been a while since I've made a video. I hope you got something out of it. This is Trenton from No Nut Clarity. Have a good day or good night, and peace.